Hello, Sagittarius. Elsie here to do your reading. It is a bonus read for you, Sag. I just wanted to say thank you for all the ways you've been loving me on this channel this week, the last week, and this week. Thank you so much for doing that. So these bonus reads are for those of you who are always here in the comments and the thumbs up, clicking and viewing. So whether you have subscribed or not, I just want to thank you very much for coming by and watching. If you haven't subscribed, the subscription button's in the corner there of the screen, bottom right-hand corner. And if you subscribe, please hit the bell button so you'll know when I am uploading for your sign. I generally read for fire signs on a Wednesday. So, Sagittarius, you are my fire family because I am a Sag rising. Let's find out what's going on for you. In this bonus read, I do not, I don't date or time them. My intention is that it's going to be for the current energy or the future energy. This is not a past energy reading. And, oh yes, Sag, if you're interested in a private read, please look below. I have pinned a comment to the top of all the comments there. There's a 10% off code off of any of my services there. And there is a link to Wizio. All right, here we go. Let's find out what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's going on for Sag. We do have the 8 of Coins. So, something that is catching your eye here. Being practical about something. Being very careful with something here, Sag. Tell me what this 8 of Pentacles is about, please. The 8 of Coins, what is that about? We do have the 6 of Swords. Oh, the 6 of Swords is moving on. It seems to me like you are disconnecting from the past to move forward, and I feel like you've thought about it for a while. I feel like you've been patient. You've gone over all the details. You're like, I'm just. It's not a place I want to be anymore. I feel like it's your effort to get unstuck. I want to say that it's time. It's not only this is Virgo and this is Aquarius. So we're looking at two energies that are very much about the facts, the details. I think you're trying to make a decision that's best for you, I want to say, because you're going over everything. And I feel like you're going to be moving away from something here. Your intuition is telling you it's time to move forward with the 8 of Wands. The High Priestess is here. And so I feel like you are somebody who is very highly intuitive. And I mean, Sag, that's no big revelation, right? You're quite psychic, actually. And we have... I feel like the High Priestess energy that you have, it's like your psychic intuition is telling you to take one last look at all the details before you move forward and cut off from the past. Somebody here is about to close an energetic door that is no longer serving them here, and it's a realization, I feel, that it's time to move forward. The 8 of Wands is here to tell me, Sagittarius, this is your energy, to tell me it is time to actually for things to start moving forward. I feel like you might have been stuck for a little bit, trying to make a decision, because I feel like sometimes too that the Virgo and Aquarius energies are really great, but they can hold themselves back because they can't make decisions because they're caught up in all the details of the situation. So I was it's like when you decide maybe you want to read tarot, but you get caught up in a whole year's worth of renovating a room. Like, it doesn't matter what room you read in as long as you read the cards, right? So it feels like you've kind of gone over things way too much, and it's something that has delayed you from moving forward, but I feel like you are past the delays here. So I think that the things that you're going over are things like, will I have regrets? Will I be sad? If I cut out and I move forward, will I be able to drop my burdens? And then we have the 4 of Coins. Yeah. So it feels like I want to say that there is a situation here that you are leaving. And whatever it was, it seems like it's chaotic or it's chaos for you because of the 6 of Swords. Because it is about going from chaos to calm, right? It's about going from choppy waters to waters that are a little easier to float your boat in, right? So I feel like the reason that maybe you haven't done it before now is because of all of this stuff we're looking at here. It's some pretty heavy energy, right? The 5 of Cups is here, the 10 of Wands is here, the 4 of Coins. And so it's like you're making the decision here to shut down. You're no longer going to be vulnerable with somebody in the past, or could be a situation, could be a workplace, like you're kind of over it. I want to say you're done, and now it just takes this to move forward here. But it feels like you've kind of been delayed with, am I gonna hurt them? Am I gonna hurt myself? But I need to get rid of these burdens. I can no longer hang on to them. So I feel like you are cutting out here. Tell me what the 8 of Wands is. Where are you moving forward to, Sag? I like it. I always like when someone's moving forward to fresh waters. I like it. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So the thing is this, is what people don't tell you when you get to this place where you've just had enough and you decide that it's best to be with you rather than to be with other people who are not going to treat you as well as you might treat yourself. There is a moment of time where there is the Five of Pentacles. You feel in lack, you start questioning yourself. It's like, for those of you who have been divorced and you left the relationship, you know what I'm talking about. It's like for a moment of time after that, you're like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Because now I'm out on the outside looking in. I'm out in the cold. Did I do the right thing? I feel like this is normal, and it's a commonplace thing for people who decide that they no longer have a situation in the past here that is no longer servicing them. It's time for me to move along. So I feel like this is the mental case here. This is the mental situation of it. You're like, I know in my head I need to move on, but this is the pentacle. This is like, now I have to actually physically disconnect in the pentacle world, and that's the toughest part. You can think about it all you want, but when you actually have to put it into action, that's the hard part, right? So we do have the Eight of Wands. The action is the Five of Pentacles. We do have the Page of Wands. Why do we have the Page of Wands? Page of Cups. You know what? I feel like you are sending the message probably soon. If not like in this present moment, I feel like it's coming this month. That's what it feels like. With the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, it tells me you will be sending a message to someone telling them, you know what? I think I'm done here. I'm over it, or I'm done. And I feel like you'll say it in a kinder way because the Page of Cups is here. Page of Cups and the Page of Wands showing up together tells me that you're going to send them a text and you're going to let them know in fire that you're on a different path. But the Page of Cups being here tells me that you're going to kind of make it, you're going to kind of be kind to them about it, right? That it's, you're going to let them know that it's your decision. You're putting yourself on the outside looking in, but it's time for you to actually make a break in the pentacle world here. So I feel like you will be the one sending the message. I feel like you'll be telling somebody, I'm over it. Like, I can't do this with you anymore. We just don't want the same things, right? We do have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you do have to be really, really decisive with what you say to this person. We've got the King and the Queen of Swords. This person is someone who can manipulate you with their words. I'm showing that with the Page of Cups here, that this person might be someone who is not necessarily mature. Hasn't matured in their way of love. But I want to say that this person is definitely on point as it pertains to the way they think, the way they speak. They're a really good speaker. I want to say that with the King and the Queen of Swords here, that you need to match this person intellectually and to, how can I say, it's like, it's not going to be easy to get out of the clutches of the King of Swords. The King of Swords is going to try and talk you back into it. So I feel like that's why you've taken so much time and gone over details here, because you've realized now that you are in regret because you're carrying the burdens, not being in regret if you let them go, but that in real time, like when you're with them or however they treat you is not favorable. They don't treat you in the way that you want to be treated, but yet they still hang on to you. You're the one that's allowing them to do it though. So in effect, you're the one holding on to the burdens. So I feel like with the King and the Queen of Swords, there's going to be a very pointed conversation. The Chariot here is in the middle, which tells me it's going to happen fast. And the thing is this, is that the Chariot is Cancer. Cancer's always under the surface with their feelings. They're never going to divulge their feelings unless they feel super comfortable. And even at that, sometimes Cancer can just go that way. They can say, yeah, I'm good. And then all of a sudden they just go the other way and you don't know that they've made a different choice. So I feel like that there is going to be victory in this conversation. I feel like this person is going to try and use every single trick in the book to try and get you to stay, because the Page of Cups is good news. It's also emotions. They're going to try and speak your language, speak in emotions. And that's how they're going to try and get you to stay. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying that this is a decision you're going to have to make. But I feel like the Queen of Swords is here for a reason. And the reason is that the King of Swords is here. You need to deal with this person the way they deal with you. Head over heart. You can't get the feelings involved. And this person is like, you're going to go to them and say, look, I'm done. It's over. And they're going to all of a sudden whip out the feelings, whip out the affection. And they're going to try and make you stay. Ten of Coins. They're going to say, look, I really do want the long-term relationship, but how are they treating you up to here? Sag, how have they been treating you up to here, right? Because I feel like the reason that it's taken so long for you to pull away from this person is because they're not treating you really well, and you're hoping, right? And that's the problem with being psychic or having psychic intuition. You see the potential of people. You see the potential of people. You see the potential of the future, and it's not necessarily what's going on in the 3D right in front of you, right? So we have to stop looking so far into the future and look into the present moment to find out what's going on. And in the present moment, the reason that you're stuck is because you're hanging on to burdens that aren't yours. Tell me what else is happening here. Why is Sag cutting away from this? Why is Sag leaving the chaos? We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 2 of Swords and a 10 of Swords. Yeah, this person is confusing you with their feelings. Sometimes they're in swords. Sometimes they're in emotions, right? It's here, right? Sometimes swords, sometimes emotions. And this person, sometimes you'll go like a couple of days where you don't hear from them at all. And maybe, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. People do need their own time and their own space. But I feel like this person kind of, how can I say? It almost feels like they break away from you, or maybe they don't answer your texts for a couple of days, or your communications, and I feel like you see that as a bit of a betrayal. So I feel like because of the instability of what's going on here, the 6 of Swords and the 2 is 8, somebody's up in their head overthinking the situation. I feel that you knew that if you didn't cut away, that this person was going to betray you, and I think you should listen to your intuition. If that's what your intuition is saying, that's what your intuition is saying. I feel like this person, once you tell them that you're out, once you're cutting away here, this person is then going to offer you the long-term relationship and said, look, I was always in for the long term. You just never asked. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this person is going to try and keep you in here. What is Sagittarius supposed to do? How is Sagittarius supposed to approach this here? We've got the 3 of Wands. The ships that are coming in is the 7 of Pentacles and Temperance. So I feel like you're going to wait for the moment of alchemy. You're going to wait until you have a shift of energy, as you always should. You should never force anything. You should wait for the time when it feels right. When it feels right within you, that's the time. That's the moment of alchemy here. We've got Temperance. I feel like you've been really patient with this person up to here. This is your energy, right? Sagittarian energy. It is very balanced. It is very healthy. I want to say that your pentacle world is thriving, that things are going really well for you in other places in your life. And then you have this person who is hanging on, who doesn't want to move, who's kind of stubborn, who wants you, it's my way or the highway. I want you to do what I want you to do when I want you to do it. And I want to be able to come and go when I want. And I don't feel like that's something that you want. They're like, yeah, we can have a long-term relationship, but what are the terms, right? The King of Swords is always going to give you the terms, and it's always going to be on their terms. So I think with the 7 of Pentacles here, that I feel like it showing up in the middle of the reading tells me that you've been really patient, that you've been waiting for this person to offer you the foundational relationship that you want. And I feel like it's enough waiting. I want to say the 3 of Wands is about waiting. The 7 of Coins is about waiting. It's time for you to pick a path and go with it. So I feel like the universe is telling you here to wait for the right time to do it. But I feel like for somebody I'm speaking to here, it is a lesson learned. That's what the Hierophant showing up is about. I feel like you've learned a really powerful lesson, and that is that you can't let people trifle with you. That you are, to the universe, you are loved, you are cared for, and you are divine. You can't let people cannot play with you, because you know your worth, I'm going to say, because Temperance is showing up here. You know your worth. And I feel like this is a lesson learned for you, that it's time to start maybe creating distance. Not necessarily, like, I wouldn't suggest you go to someone and say, look, I'm cutting you out because of all of these things that you did, and give them a list. You can do it silently. You can just create space between you and this person, and then, you know, if they don't text you, then maybe you just don't text them, and maybe that's it. Maybe it goes to that. But when they text you back, maybe it's time for you to say, look, you know what? I'm really attracted to you, and I love these adventures that we have, but it's not enough. It's at the page level. It's not enough. And I think that it's time that we go our own separate ways. And look, I really do care for you, but we don't have the same goals in mind. I feel like that's what we're looking at here. And this person's going to say no, but I want to offer you the long-term relationship. I don't know, my friend. Should you take the offer? Because I think that they only give it to you when you decide to leave, Sag. That's what I think. I think that they enjoy all of the things that the Empress gives them, right? So Sag, I feel like whether you're in Temperance or whether you're the Empress, whatever it is, I feel like you're the doter, the loving, the kind person. Look, every Sagittarius in my life is in service of everybody else, trying to make their life happy, trying to make their life kind. And I feel like this person is only offering you the long-term relationship because you're deciding you want to go. What are you supposed to do here? We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Star, and we have the Six of Wands. So I feel like you carry forward to your wish fulfillment. I feel like you're going to tell this person, look, I'm just going to be focused on my work, on my business, on my job, building my pentacles, on my home, my children, my family. I have to have this focus for a while. I need to take the focus off you, and I need to put the focus back on me. So I feel like that's going to be a victory for you. It feels like here that somebody here easily has pulled you back in. I feel like you've been trying to do this over and over again, but then that person pulls you back in with all of these words. Look, the King of Swords is the wordsmith. This is the person who's got all the words. This is the lawyer, right? They're gonna try and give you their case and convince you of things, right? And I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm saying that this person is a wordsmith, and so I think that's why you're showing up as the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has a few words herself. So I feel like you need to fight fire with fire or swords with swords. I'm going to say it's a sword fight. These are worthy opponents, I'm going to say. Like these two people are formidable, right? They are worthy opponents. They're intelligent, both of them. I feel like you're not going to let this person get away with whatever they're trying to get away with. I feel like the King of Pentacles energy is where you're at. I feel like you want to do it solid, sturdy. You just want to be able to depend on something, and you can't depend on this person because they're only giving you the relationship because you're leaving. Queen of Cups, you're going to do it in a really kind way, but you know that this is something, I don't like when I see the Devil and the Magician show up together. It's manipulative energy. It's obsessive, manipulative. This person wants what they want when they want it. They're going to say anything that they can say to keep you in their life. They're going to say, look, we are soulmates. What are you doing? They're going to throw in anything that they can. It's manipulative energy. They're going to put in all the magic. They know they're the magician. They know they've suckered you back in before. And I feel like you're in control this time. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go. I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you, Sag. Bye-bye.